list of threats over late week plans.
This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Alex Wallace from Coast to Coast. Of course, the Weather Channel has you covered with a lot that we have ongoing out there. Of course, the West stays unsettled. We've got icy and kind of wintry messiness across the northern tier, and then big warm-ups across the rest of the country.
I mean, that is coming in a big way, though. We do have a lot of just a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice, and it's actually causing big problems.
Yeah, exactly. And we talk about that, right? Today's big deal is going to be starting with the icy side plans.
This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Alex Wallace from Coast to Coast. The Weather Channel has you covered. And we've got all kinds of issues that we're facing here from coast to coast. The West Coast has its problems. We got issues around the Midwest, Great Lakes, the Northeast, and farther south where it's tranquil now. Will not stay that way.
I know. There's all these kind of little things that are adding up here. And so as we kick off this first work week of the year, we've been following some of those, like the light snow, the freezing rain here. And it might not be a lot, but it's adding up to some big deals.
Yeah, we all know it doesn't take too much to cause problems. Today's big deal is going to start with the icy side of
And as we look ahead to this upcoming week, some of the biggest rain actually will be even farther north.
Yeah, going to kind of involve the Pacific Northwest again on that heavy rain threat. But there it is, past 7 days. And you can clearly see where the yellows and the oranges stand out. Southwest portions of Oregon along the coast and into Northern California, the biggest rain showing up.
Yeah, just such a stuck pattern as we ended up with so much rain with just a lot of moisture content within those storms. Now, some of the rain coming our way is going to be Western Washington, Oregon, Northern California, but not too much further south than that.
All right, so you can clearly see when we talk about the hose of moisture, that's showing up pretty well here in the water vapor imagery all across the Pacific and pointed right now into the Northwest.
Yeah, closer zoom in. I mean, look at all this. So deep atmospheric moisture out there is going to lead to rain or snow that could be heavy at times. You'll see both. We still have some coastal flooding concerns, and these coastal flood advisories up this morning really, I think, are more related to the lingering king tides, which are still an issue. So high tide timing is when you'll have these problems.
So here we are for today. We got this system that's kind of lurking just offshore, helping to bring moisture on in, and that's really going to be sort of the main focus for some of the unsettled weather here in parts of the Southwest as we head through the midweek.
All right, but the next system, that one that we were tracking up there in the Pacific Northwest, that big plume of moisture, that comes in, spreads out. We've got not just along the coast, but inland. You've got some mountain snow in Idaho, in Wyoming, Colorado. You get some snow chances coming in here, actually from both systems into Colorado.
And we'll take it because some of these areas haven't seen a whole lot, that's for sure. But you can see through the week, more of these rounds of rain showers are coming on through and the snow adding up as well, particularly there in the Cascades. Well, you know, Paradise, California also picking up evening hours. So no one wants to deal with the ice, unfortunately, Jen. We have to deal with that. We see spotty areas in the Midwest. I think maybe more widespread in sections of the Northeast.
Yeah, no, I think so. Then the next system that comes in, a completely different variety. It brings, well, some wintry weather chances, but more in the way of rain and even thunderstorms. So that's what I want to dive into here, watching this portion of the next storm system in Little Rock with thunderstorms on Thursday night. There could be some severe weather. I'll take a look at where that is. And then Friday, it just continues with more rain. And this rain is going to be adding up. Certainly the biggest footprint of impacts, I think, is going to be rain. And all of you through the South are at least going to get some rain, if not some significant rain. It's possible that we get a couple of severe thunderstorms, gusty winds, or some hail, the main threat coming in across southern Missouri through Arkansas. This is Thursday into Thursday night. But then watching into Friday, things really start to evolve out here into the lower Mississippi Valley. Some of those storms could turn severe. Hail, damaging winds, the main threat there. Snow will likely be falling from parts of the Midwest to the Great Lakes, but there's so much uncertainty with that part of the storm system yet. It's really too soon to nail down exactly who gets snow, how much, a lot of uncertainties. The rainy side of things, there's more certainty on. There's a lot of moisture coming back. Temperatures are soaring into the 70s. We've got dew points up into the mid 60s. It's going to feel a little spring-like out there, and those ingredients will lead to the risk of some thunderstorms, some stronger low-level winds at both the lower levels, and then kind of changing in direction a bit as you go up into the upper levels as well. So these are the ingredients we look for that potential. Now, there is that widespread heavy rain risk. So I think that might help cut down on some of the instability and maybe preclude having a lot of severe weather. But with some of the stronger winds that we have to watch for that risk of severe. That potential is there, mainly on Friday in western Tennessee through Mississippi down into Louisiana as well. We'll keep an eye on Arkansas. And Alex, really all modes of severe weather are at least a possibility.
They are, no doubt. Well, coming up in the next 5 minutes, late week plans.
This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Alex Wallace from Coast to Coast. The Weather Channel no doubt has you covered. Busy first week of the new year here, 2026 year upon us. And no like big, massive system that we're following, but it's these little pieces here and there that can add up to be troublesome.
It's exactly what's been happening here. It's not a blockbuster, but a little bit of freezing rain has been delaying schools and businesses this morning in parts of Minnesota and Michigan. And now we are going to deal with that kind of thing in the Northeast.
Indeed. Well, today's a big deal. We'll start with
in Altadena, California. Justin Michaels, the Weather Channel.
Yeah, indeed. It is hard to believe it's been 1 year already.
I know. Unbelievable. What you saw, some of the images here of a lot more greenery starting to show up.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more growth is taking place, which is good on one hand that we've gotten a lot of precipitation, but now in future years to come when things dry out, all that's there to be kind of fuel for the fires.
It's a cycle that California gets in, unfortunately. Well, we want to take a look at the weather for you today. Obviously,
Evening. So quick hitter, but enough to be a bit of a nuisance for us, Jen, as we move our way through the morning hours in particular.
but those are the kind of systems we sort of expect this time of year. This other one that we're tracking, this is a bigger one. It's a different variety, if you will, because now we've got thunderstorms in the mix here. It's very widespread. It takes over really the middle and eastern half of the country. Little Rock, Arkansas, thunderstorms for you Thursday night with rain continuing on Friday. So we've got, more than 48 hours worth of this here. It is going to be a long-lasting system that we're dealing with. Starts first with some storms possible Thursday into Thursday night, eastern Oklahoma, southern Missouri, down through even northeastern Texas. You've got Shreveport in the mix too, Memphis already, maybe a chance of some thunderstorms, but a bigger chance in Memphis and other nearby areas by Friday. And Friday is when we have a more widespread risk of some thunderstorms popping. It's a big storm system. Look how much of the east and how far north in the east we are going to be seeing rain. So rain will be a big feature and some heavy rain at that. Some storms could turn severe in the lower Ohio to lower Mississippi Valley. We will be in the warm sector. Just like you think about in the springtime, we've got it here in between the cold front, warm front, stationary front. This zone right in here will be the spot to watch. Temperatures will be mild. We got 70s in the forecast. We got dew points in the 60s in the forecast. So those southerly winds will be bringing up that higher dew point air. Some of the winds could be stronger within that. That'll be a factor. I don't think the instability will be that high. So in order for any severe weather to happen, there would have to be some stronger wind energy to kind of help drive that. So we'll watch for those details as we get through the event on Thursday into Friday. The rainfall will be widespread and heavy at times, and that's definitely the part of the story that there's a lot of high confidence in, a big footprint of some heavy rainfall potential. The mid to upper level winds, how they come in and where sort of everything sort of intersects will enhance the lift and give us that risk for some thunderstorms, which again has that potential for going severe. It's not a huge severe event, but the risk is there. And West Tennessee, Alex, down through Mississippi, we've got the chance of all hazards of severe weather.
Got to watch that closely. Meanwhile, coming up in the next